When I'm an old woman, I shall wear purple with a red hat that doesn't go and doesn't suit me. And I shall spend my pension on brandy and summer gloves and satin sandals and say we have no money for butter. I shall sit down on the pavement when I am tired. I shall gobble up samples in shops and press alarm bells, run my stick along the public railings and make up for the sobriety of my youth. I shall go out in my slippers in the rain, pick flowers in other people's gardens and learn to spit. You can wear the most terrible shirts and grow more fat and eat 3 pounds of sausages in a go, or just bread and pickle for a week and hoard pens and pencils and beer mats and things in boxes. But for now, we have to wear clothes that keep us dry and pay the rent and not swear in the street, set a good example for the children. We must have friends to dinner and read the papers. But perhaps I ought to practice a little now, so the people who know me are not too shocked and surprised when suddenly I'm old and start to wear purple. Oh, I love this poem so much. The first time I heard it, I was mid-20s, and I was like, oh yeah, I completely get that, totally. And now, decades later, I have to admit that I really did not totally get that. As much as I loved and identified with the sentiments in the poem, it has taken years to truly grasp what Jenny Joseph was saying. And I think it takes the passage of time to start to understand how precious time is and how present time is. I think for me anyway, in my 20s, I spent my whole life terrified that someone was going to catch me out and expose me as a kid in a grown-up's body. And then I hit 30 and I started to feel like, well, now I have the right to carry the grown-up card, but I still felt like I was just winging it and I'm not doing as well as I should be. And then I hit 40 and I realized that, you know what? Nobody knows what they're doing. Everybody's winging it. Wow, what a relief that was. And now that I'm 50, I feel like I'm finally comfortable in my own skin. And I realize how much time I wasted trying to please people I didn't even like. And at this point where I am comfortable in my skin and where I like who I am, and I no longer give a toss about what anybody thinks or says about, you know, anything that I may like or dislike, I'm finally in a place where, you know what, this may be the happiest I've ever been. So for me, the message that comes from this poem from Jenny Joseph is that what matters is now. This moment, where I stand, this is what's important. And to thine own self be true. I'm extremely aware of the undertone that she leaves of being true to oneself and not placing some stupid, stuffy set of social norms ahead of your own well-being and your own happiness. Yeah, sure, don't be an asshole, absolutely. But apart from that, live the life you have and make it a good one. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so grateful that you've decided to join me on this particular little journey. I would love to hear from you about poems that mean something to you, but that move you, that make you laugh, that make you cry, that make you giggle, that leave you wistful, poems that make you think. And I'd love to hear what your experience is of this particular poem. What have you gained and gleaned from this poem over the time that you have known it? And what truths does it hold for you? As per usual, I'm going to sign off with all the obligatory YouTube stuff. Please like, share, subscribe. Hit the little alarm bell if you would like to be notified of future releases. And I hope you have a fantastic day.